Hi, I'm Sara Davies from Crafters Companion, and if you're looking for a super quick, simple card for men, then look no further. This is the card I'm going to show you how to do here, and this is using designs from my Just for Men signature collection. So we're going to look at how to do some die cutting and embossing using the different dies that we've got. I'm also going to be using some gilding wax on this guitar and show you how that's applied and gives a great finish. And also you can see I've personalised this for an uncle card, but using the dies in this collection you could make this for any occasion and any of the men in your life. It's really quick and easy to do, so let's get started. So we're going to start with all of the die cutting pieces, and to do that I'm going to do everything upside down on my Gemini machine. So I've got my base cutting plate here, and I'm going to start off with a little bit of black card, and I've just got some quite thick black card there that will die cut the guitar onto. So we'll get that lined up. Then I've got some orange card, and because I'm going to use this for the uncle wording, I've already put a little bit of stick it on the background there. So you just lie that face down, and I'm taking the uncle wording and going to cut directly into that. Now I've got loads of different pieces of card that I'm going to use the various die cut stars for. So you can see the nesting stars come as a complete selection. I've got mine organised all together, but you don't need to use them together. I'm going to do the orange star. Yeah, we'll go with the larger size there. And then I've got some of the black stars, and we'll go with some of the more medium-sized ones. But you can just get these however you want to, really, and die cut multiple pieces all in one go. Now, once you've got all the pieces that you're going to die cut, I will just add that I'm going to do some of the little bits of fire, I guess they are, coming out of the guitar. So I'll do some onto the black there, but I have done some on multiple different colours to be able to show you. Now, once you've got all your die cut pieces laid out, if you are worried about them moving like that uncle one has just there, you can always hold them in place now with a little bit of tape. So just like a low tack masking tape would be perfect. And you just want to be offering them into your machine. The machine will take them, feed it so far. Now at this point actually it's about halfway, but if I just had a little bit at the top I could always pause the machine and then reverse it using the buttons on the top. There we go. So there's all of my die cut pieces. You can see them there ready. And actually the star here, I'll put all the others to one side, but that star I want to take through and actually emboss. So the star I'm going to pop into the chevron folder and just make up the sandwich and emboss that there while we're getting the other pieces ready. Now the uncle is ready. That's got that stick it on the back. So when we release that, it's going to essentially be self-adhesive. There's our chevron star. Now the guitar here, because it's got a lot of embossing detail, what I'm going to do is just bring the plates back in and pop the rubber embossing mat over the top of the design there. Now you use the rubber embossing mat in place of the magnetic shim. So notice I haven't put the magnetic shim back in. And then I'm going to offer that back into the machine. So I've got my uncle, my star, some of these other stars ready to go. Get these back in place. And then these are my little bits of fire coming out here. Now these are very small and very fiddly. So you want to just be very, very gentle with them when you're releasing them. But you can see the level of detail we can get down to in these dies here. And it really does look spectacular there. So, while we're putting all this together, I'll take that guitar out. And you can see what I mean. So you can see the rubber embossing mat is just push that design into all those little nooks and crannies, so that when we release this now, I should have embossed detail all over the guitar. Now, a little bit hard to see, but I'm going to apply a product called gilding wax, and this is a product made by Pebeo, and it's a little bit like a shoe polish. Now you need the tiniest little amount. So for example, that there is way more than I'll need for this bit of the project, so 1 jar really will go a long way. Now you have it on your finger and you take off the excess and then just rub it over anywhere where you have embossed detail, and you can see that it starts to pick up there all the detail in your project. So I'm just rubbing that over the edge. So you can see what I mean when I said that is all of the gilding wax we need and more there. That's way more than what we needed. And what I will say is just take off the excess so that you don't end up with it on the back of all your projects. Now, to start and stick the card together, I'm just going to push everything off my bench a second. What I've done here is, this is a 6x6 card blank, and then you just go up the centre of the front panel and fold it back, so you get this sort of shape fold back card. Then if I show you the 2 paper pads that come in this collection, these are the paper pads, so you can see I've done one selection of kind of darker shades and then one selection of your bright. These would maybe be great for teenager cards, for example. These are maybe for slightly older men, or if you want a more grungy kind of contemporary feel. So you see that's the selection of papers that we've got in there. And I've just taken some here that I've got matted and laid all ready to go. So just matting and laying these onto some black paper. It doesn't need to be cardstock, we don't need the card to be too heavy. There's my background piece, and then to go on the front panel, and it's worth just taking your time to get your mats and layers perfectly straight, just to help them look a little bit more professional. So you can see how we've got the base design of the card there. I'm just helping it all come together. I've got the black star and the one that we embossed, and they're going to go over the centre part here. Notice what I've done is I've only stuck tape onto half of the design here, so that, because we don't want it to stick underneath here. So I've got my tape on, and then I'm going to have my guitar held up with a little bit of the 3D glue gel. So a nice big globule on the centre there, and then just take a little bit of that to use on the edge. Now it does come with a syringe, the 3D glue gel, so if you find that easier to apply it with a syringe, obviously you can do that. So there's our guitar. Then all of these little pieces, watch what we can do. We can use the little Xylon machine, the little 150, and you just feed each of these into the mouth of the machine and pull it through, and it will make each one of those sticky. So if you see, when I rub around this now and we release the backing, it's essentially like these have become little bits of sticky fire. And what I've done, to save you watching me do too many of those, I've already got some of these sticky ready to go on there. And then finally my stars down the side. So again, just a little bit of tape is fine. That's going to stick flat there, and then of course the uncle that we did had the stick it on the back. So we can release that, and that will just enable it to stick perfectly over top of the star, exactly in place. And then a few of these other stars Again, if you want them to be a little bit dimensional, that's where you're going to use the glue gel, or if you just want a flat stick, you're just going to use your tape pen, or even pop them through the little machine there. But it's super easy to do, and it's just about getting this put together to your own personal taste. But you can see there, really quick, really easy, but quite a professional looking card.